Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. We're going to talk about a Supreme Court decision that could actually help Ripple win the lawsuit. And this is a weird court decision because it's a bipartisan one. It's 5-4, but it's not split among conservatives and liberals. Actually, two of the conservatives actually were in the minority, and Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson actually jumped over to the other side to make the majority, allying herself with a mostly otherwise conservative decision. So this does tell us a few things. One, Judge Brown, even though she is very liberal, she does harbor some libertarian views, especially in terms of government overreach. And this court is basically saying that, yes, the government has to provide ample time and warning if it wants to fine like a company or an individual for breaking certain laws, because not everyone gets immediate notification of the law, especially if the law is in fine detail. And governments and agencies can't be wishy-washy and then all of a sudden decide to enforce it altogether, which is exactly what the SEC has done. Now, the case was actually over taxes. It's called Bittner versus US, and basically it's a rule in the United States that if you have basically money in foreign accounts, if you don't report it, there is a fine of $10,000. Now, the dispute is whether that fine of $10,000 is per account or per report. Now, this individual had a lot of accounts basically going back several years. If it's per report, he only owes about $50,000. If it's per account, he owes $2.72 million because there's a lot of accounts that could actually be fined. So the court actually ruled in favor of the defendant, saying that, yes, there was this change in IRS law, but the IRS did not issue a warning to this certain individual, and therefore he is not liable for the fines of the change. He's only liable for the fines that actually existed before the change, which is he owes $50,000 and not $2.72 million. Now, this obviously is not about crypto, but it does actually apply, and Ripple today did actually add it to their briefs, because this is a very, very important decision, because it basically means since the SEC did not give Ripple ample warning, because the SEC was working with Ripple about this, but they never really said whether cryptos were securities or not. They just kind of sued Ripple before that was even law, and it's not even law right now that cryptos are securities. So and they've gone back and forth wishy-washy, saying that Ethereum somehow not a security, but Ripple XRP is a security, while not even having the judicial ruling to say that all cryptos are securities anyways. This regulation by enforcement without prior warning could actually fall under this case too. So this particular case that seems to be completely unrelated might actually help Ripple win in the fair defense notice. And this would actually apply to all the other cryptos as well, because the SEC did not issue ample warning to just about any cryptos. And plus, they don't have the judicial ruling to say that cryptos are securities, because there is no case that's actually been ruled so far that says cryptos are securities, so there couldn't have actually been ample warning applied. Plus, the SEC has not really given any kind of regulation guidelines, so I don't think the SEC, if it were a balanced playing field, I don't think the SEC would actually win. But right now, we don't really know if they're going to win or not. But this split decision by the Supreme Court could definitely help. And the thing is, if we appeal all the way up to the Supreme Court, I think they have a good chance of winning, because the justices, even if they see other parts of this case another way, they will actually see this overreach of government the same way they did this particular court decision as well. So a little known court decision with taxes could actually help Ripple just win the case, if not at the circuit or appeals level, at the Supreme Court level. And this is one case where the Supreme Court actually overturned the appeals court on their decision, because the government did not issue ample notice and ample warning to this individual. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.